kids. I've been to high school. Here's some advice. If you're at a party where people are doing drugs, but you don't do drugs, but you want to fit in, look, you don't have to actually do the drugs. See, what you do is, when everyone's talking about the weird shit they see, all you have to do is picture this game and then describe it to them. Trust me, even the druggiest druggie will be like, nah, no way that dude's straight. I've taken literally every drug in the history of drugs, and I've never heard shit like that. It's like suddenly everything I know is... Oh, whoa! So, video games... I mean, I think it's fair to say they're weird. Like, video games are weird. This is weird even for video games. Marble Madness is this hypnotic and frustrating and weirdly creepy and strangely beautiful thing that... I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Suffice to say that even 30 years later, there's still nothing quite like Marble Madness. It's a game you really have to play to understand. And even then, it's like... you have no idea what's going on. Marble Madness was originally released to arcades by Atari in 1984, and the game was actually designed by a guy who, 3 decades later, was one of the lead designers of the PlayStation 4. Hey, it's Marble Madness. Everything's a mindfuck. This game was unlike anything else in arcades at the time, and less for its gameplay than for its style. So you play as a marble, and... well, obviously there's madness. The game places you on a course, and your objective is to reach the goal before time expires. Any extra seconds are added to the start of the next level, and you'll need as many extra seconds as possible. But again, as interesting and unique as the gameplay was, it was the game's unique presentation that really set it apart. It has this, again, strangely eerie vibe. Marble Madness is actually inspired by the Dutch artist M.C. Escher, commonly known as the guy who painted the weird steps on the ceiling. But more specifically, it's like, if you can imagine what Escher's nightmares might have been like. Mathematical, surreal, maybe kind of ominous. Now you're getting close to the vibe of Marble Madness. The game creates its atmosphere in a few ways. First, and arguably the most prominent, is the music. Marble Madness has one of the most genuinely twisted and bizarre soundtracks on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And it actually starts off kind of upbeat, which seems to match the gameplay. I mean, you're playing with a marble. It seems so harmless. And the music has this sound that's, it's typically bouncy, typically synthy, typically 80s. But then, something happens. Suddenly the courses get weirder, the colors get stranger, and now there are enemies, these surreal enemies. The game devolves into a nightmare, and as it happens, the music gets more and more bizarre, even unsettling at times, and that's a defining element of the game's madness. And of course, another part of that is the way the game creates pressure. I mean, this is a physics-based platform game from 1984 with really delicate physics. So as much as nudge the D-pad, that marble starts rolling. And as impressive as that is, technically, it's also a really vital element of the game design. The courses in this game, they really require precise and subtle movements, but at the same time, you're also racing against the clock. And that creates this insane amount of tension. Few NES games have you gripping the controller tighter and have you feeling more tense and anxious than Marble Madness. And that, combined with the weird presentation, I mean, it really has an effect on you as the player. And even spectators. It's intense just watching this game. Now, as with most arcade games ported to the NES, Marble Madness was even better in the arcades, especially considering that in that setting, you could play it with a trackball. Using a D-pad was always an uphill battle in Marble Madness, but that's not to say it doesn't work. In fact, I think it plays fine on the NES, and there are actually 2 control options, including an especially ambitious mode that has you tilt the controller. This way, instead of having up, down, left, and right, you have the 4 diagonals. I mean, it's another mindfuck entirely trying to use them, but it's at least a clever piece of design. One of the reasons this game was so noteworthy is how different it was at the time of its release. And one of the reasons it's so good is how much fun it still is, even to this day. I mean, it's a strange game. And even in today's gory landscape of modern gaming, its eerie minimalism still gets to you. As does, all the broken balls. It's so hard it literally breaks your balls. It's an NES classic! It's Marble Madness. One of the weirdest games ever.